was a great story, Mike. Thank you.
Love that. All right, we got a little rain coming down this morning. Greeting everyone on a Wednesday. Boy, it's kind of a little severe in some parts, Jed.
Yeah, the threat is going to be going up eastern sides of the state right now. We're watching that here in the metro area. Just a steady rain coming down. So the rain is coming down this morning on our sky cams, and you can see a bit wet there. This is Hank Brown. Hank Brown's been on the roadways now for just a little over an hour. Hank, let's get an update from you. You've been out on those roads. Are people behaving? How's that rain doing this morning?
Yeah, Jed, here in the metro is pretty well just light to moderate at times, but it's been coming down long enough that we're starting to see some ponding on the roadways. I even saw a truck that had spun around on I-44 about North 50th, just south of Integris. Low-profile tires, hit a puddle of water, and spun around. Back to you, Jed.
Okay, so there you go. So you can get in some problems if you're not too careful. Slow your speeds a bit and don't tailgate. Make sure you stay away from those cars in front of you. Give yourself that extra opportunity to slow it down this morning. A lot of spray coming up this morning. That'll impact your drive as well. We'll check with Han and see how those roads are doing here in just a little bit. Let's talk about the view on radar right now. Areas of rain moving through, broad area of rain. Most of this, like Hank mentioned, is light, so some light, moderate rain coming down across parts of western, central, and now shoving into east parts of Oklahoma. And it's this line of storms you see right in here, running from Henrietta, Ada, down to Sulphur. Those areas we're watching right now, the threat for some severe weather possible there. So we're watching that right now. You can see here in Oklahoma City, the rain is coming down with a broad area of moderate rain moving back through. So we'll keep that rain going here for a while longer. As we check out the view from Next Gen, we've got storm shield up. There's a wind shear going on across parts of eastern Oklahoma. You got wind velocities right there, watching that as well. So these storms that are starting to develop are starting to get a little bit of shear associated with those in the eastern side of the state. No severe weather, no tornado warnings being reported right now. We're watching, you can see right there in Holdenville. That's where the most intense storms are now. Hail up to the size of dimes being reported there. So it is February, so that means, fortunately, means these storms hopefully won't get too big, bad, or ugly, but they do look pretty intense. The morning conditions, Gulf moisture has streamed up into the state. It is very warm for the season, so it does feel like a spring morning out there. From Okmulgee, Henrietta, Wetumpka, now east of Holdenville, all the way down to near Colgate. It's that little line, that little bend in that line. If there's going to be a tornado, that's the area that we'll monitor. And again, that's now shoving into far east parts of Oklahoma, right on the fringes of our viewing area, moving over toward Lake Eufaula. We're watching that. Have had some good rain in those areas where the rain has been heavier in the eastern sides, south down around Ardmore, over to near Ada. Some areas just under an inch of rainfall. Here in the metro area, we've picked up about 1/10 of an inch of rain so far. So the severe threat continues east of Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Ada, east of there. Maybe isolated quarters, but mainly a wind event for the eastern sides if there's going to be severe weather. And the tornado threat also shoves east, and that is a low threat as well. We'll be monitoring that too for a little while longer. 58 right now, southwest winds at 17. Forecast today, skies will clear out and a lot more sunshine is on the way. But look at the winds, gusty southwest winds through the day, 20, 30-mile-per-hour gusts. May see some gusts up near 40 coming up today as we climb in the 60s, 70s. We'll get up to near 75 in here by afternoon. So warming it back up. Eastern sides of the state, a few spots near 70 right now. So very spring-like this morning. 70 Miami, Durant 70. Oklahoma City has dropped to a rain-cooled 58. And the winds kind of patchy, some spots a little bit more windy than the others. Winds have come down a little bit here in Oklahoma City, but still some gusts up near 30, up near Alva, up near Cherokee starting off this morning. So forecast today, warming it up into the 70s over most of the state, out ahead of a cold front that will nose down into northern Oklahoma. This is that Arctic air we showed you yesterday, so much colder behind that front up along the Kansas border from Enid, Woodward up to near the Alva area, but out ahead of that front, it's going to be warm, very warm, 70s, might even get close to 80 in a few spots here coming up today. We're also watching the fire threat, fire danger zone, West Oklahoma. Watch it. It's going to be a really significant day of fire start. Winds 25 to 50. May see gusts near 60 out in the Panhandle, and those are some ferocious fire conditions. Tomorrow, much colder. 30s, 40s cover most of the state with north winds, so prepare for some colder air coming in there Thursday and Friday, but warmer air returns and another risk for severe weather returns on Sunday, and may see one more chance toward the end of that 9 days. So we've got some springtime action coming our way in this late days of February. 75 today, near 40 on Friday. Rain and storms over the weekend with our best chances on Sunday. Again, some severe weather possible there. And then we'll warm it back up. Springtime weather going into early March. We'll talk 70s, 60s, 70s, maybe even near 80 toward the end of the 9 day. Guys, we're watching that severe threat. It's over in far east Oklahoma the rest of today.